Hi there, my name is Jack Moser. I am a senior at the University of Denver studying international business and marketing at double major, and I'm now home, but I completed my fourth day at South by Southwest in Austin. I'm now back at Denver and just going to go over what I did today, mainly with the DEI debate, which I started my day off. It's called Too Little Too Late, and it was three panelists, all from the Netherlands, which I thought was really cool because they're focusing a lot over there, but essentially it was just an overall talk about like where is it going, what have we accomplished already, and what else need to be done. Like I said in my other talk about DEI, um, it's been a very emerging factor in the last decade. Like it's never really been around before that, so I think it's really interesting that now we're actually having like talks. Like I can't imagine like 10 years ago someone being like, yeah, we're gonna go to a DEI talk at this massive like tech um, conference, but they do go hand in hand. That's kind of what they were talking about, is that especially in technology, and that also like through social media obviously is big. A lot of like cyberbullying and hate is on there, so you just kind of have to be careful about what's going on. But some of the things that they were talking about was like it's more than just like inclusion. It's like it's about respect, truth, honesty. It's about all that, and like opening up and being vulnerable and taking that leap of faith and talking about something that maybe you aren't too comfortable talking about, or something that maybe you don't know a lot of because you're a white man or something like that. So I think it's definitely a big thing. People need to be able to have conversations rather than just like one person talking, which I kind of thought that was a little interesting, because it was a session and a lecture. It wasn't really open. So I was kind of not weirded out by that, but I definitely had my own opinion about that. And I don't know. If you need to keep having conversation, you kind of need to have a conversation rather than just sitting on chairs in front of people. But like no hate on them. That's my take. I fully support everything that they were talking about. And they were just kind of also talking about what they do in their own company. So they do a lot of initiatives where it's like branching out and making and asking people, would you be like, to what extent do you feel comfortable to ask these questions regarding DI and have these conversations? And majority of the people, when they first did that at large companies and like conventions, um, everyone was saying no, like I don't feel comfortable enough to like just be asked this or just go up to someone and start having a conversation about it. And that is what I think the big problem is, because how are we supposed to have a conversation when no one wants to have the conversation? So I don't know, that was really interesting. And going back to like my thought is that like it's a two-way conversation, so um, it has to be a two-way conversation, not just one person saying I'm right and the other person saying I'm right. You kind of have to open up, see what the other person's actually talking about to get the other side of the story, because you can't just take one side and believe it without looking at the other factors to fully understand something. Not that like you have to agree at all, like, but that's how you get to the point to know what you do believe in, rather than just like being stuck on one side and not talking about the other side and being like, no, 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 I don't like that. Like, I don't want to talk about that. When really it's very important to have those talks and understand the other side, because that's how then eventually you can educate more people and maybe try and convince the people on the other side to come over to your side. Once you understand where they're coming from, then you can like kind of see relations and correlations on why that's happening. And then they can, maybe grow more, maybe talk more, have more conversations. But no, it was very good. Just bad things start happening when people stop talking. And one of the main points they made at the very end was just always be kind and show empathy, because you never really know what someone's going through at work, at home, with their family, like especially people who might be how she stated was more susceptible to being like treated different. You never know if someone's not like opening up because they don't want to and they feel like they can't open up. So you always want to be kind and empathetic, and always be there for people to have those conversations we need to start having these hard conversations. But yeah, overall, it was a great way to start my last day. Thank you.